The time has come for Akagoro's 11-year-old team to defend their title. As this Nairobi Football Academy gets ready to head to one of Europe's biggest youth tournaments, weather gear is a priority. 11-year-old Ali must pack for the cooler Austrian climate. Before he leaves, a family prayer.
Now I'm leaving home for the academy, from where we will go to the airport.
Competing in the Donovan Cup is a big event, not just for the players, but for their families and the community. So big that they need to hire a bus.
We were accompanied by so many parents and relatives of these kids. We went from Akakoro, from Korogocho to Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. The energy, the feeling was so amazing for me.
Photos. And goodbyes. The team is ready to go.
I will mostly miss my grandmother. She is the one who encouraged me to join Akakoro, and she is the one who brings me clothes. She paid for my school before Akakoro took over.
The crew has arrived. But on the way to the tournament, nerves set in.
One thing we knew before leaving Korogocho, we knew that these teams were out there in the past year to work very hard in order to make sure that we will not be victorious in this tournament.
But even competitors can soon become friends.
Of course, my players, I was proud to see them talking, to see them sharing a moment, even a meal together. As much as we give discipline and football skills to our players, we also need to consider about the relationship they make with the outside people like the Europeans.
1, 2, 3,
As the tournament begins, some sideline support is a welcome sight.
Good.
But some very unfamiliar weather greets them as well. As the day wears on, the weather gets worse and worse.
The weather in Europe is different from the weather in Africa. So Africa is easy to play under any weather, because in Austria it was freezing.
Stop.
I had to wash my hands with hot water so many times. Yeah, in order to bring back my focus into the tournament.
It did not rain, there were floods, and also the football pitch was nearly, so it was very hard to play, it was nearly unplayable.
All of them, they were shivering. Even at times, some were even coming closer to themselves so that they can have the heat. So it was that difficult for me and for the team.
By midday, they have lost several games and need a serious comeback for any chance of winning.
Movement without the ball, okay? Don't let them breathe, always under pressure.
We will do better, like to press for the ball and to win, and then we go to score.
I told them not to fear the names like Barcelona. If only you can put hard work, commitment, and be objective, we can achieve the best out of this tournament. So I was actually telling them they can, and they have to remember where they come from. They are the only team from a ghetto in Africa. They had to go through so many challenges to get to Austria. So I was just telling them to be free of any doubt, to tell them that they can do it. Yeah, that was the moment that I loved.
Determined and undaunted, the boys from Nairobi played their hearts out, but in the end, the weather got the best of them. Chelsea won the tournament.
Losing is part of the game, and there are some lessons you learn from losing. Losing gives you an opportunity to plan again, and this is the best moment in football. It just applies to normal life. When you lose, you don't have to quit. You just have to find other means or strategies to get back on track.
Back in Korogocho, life continues as the team prepares for the next match. Every day, Alex still takes a motorcycle to practice, while Teddy works hard to get noticed by European teams.
Akakoro has helped me a lot. I can't say it, but to thank Akakoro.
And Coach Rashid remains confident he is in the right place.
Some of these kids, they are living in one of the most dangerous and unbearable conditions. But through football, we are trying to give them a purpose in life.
My parents and my sisters and brothers do just give me support and tell me that you must have discipline, you must play football, so that in 5 years or 6 years' time, you could help give them a good life.
You know, it's more important to become a good human and to become a good football player. So what I would wish to all these children, I hope that they can cope up with life here in Kenya. Although they come from a very harsh background and environment, I hope that they will find their way to help their community, to make Korogocho a better place.
And I believe football has this power to bring people together, no matter race, religion, tribe, and social class. For me, Akakoro has given me the reason to work hard for my community. As long as I'm living, I want to see these kids playing at the top of their game.